What's going on, you guys? Welcome you guys to the channel. Your boy Big Dog back with another one take review. Today we got one for Yashahime Princess Half Demon. Yes, okay, I'm loving it. I'm definitely loving it. Like each episode, well, we only had 2 episodes, but they just giving that nostalgic feeling, especially this episode, considering the fact that we see like the Centipede Demon, which we see in the very first episode of Inuyasha. So if you come on now. Especially anybody who's actually watched Inuyasha before they started this, you definitely have to recall that moment. Like, of course, we saw that Centipede Demon then was trying to get the Sacred Shikon Jewel, and this one is trying to get the Rainbow Jewels, which we don't even know the correlation, or how that whole thing, the fact that all 3 daughters have one. You know what I'm saying? You got the ruby, you got the gold, you got the silver. Towa has the silver. Setsuna had she had the gold, and Beniyasha, I'm gonna call her Beniyasha now. I would call her more of her, but I like Beniyasha a lot more. She has the ruby one, and they both got theirs took. So of course the Centipede Demon definitely gets stronger, and she's trying to acquire the other one from Towa. We in a very weird situation because they basically give you the backstory. Not even too much of the backstory between Towa and Setsuna, but it shows you how they got separated. My biggest question about that whole thing about them getting separated in the woods, well, when Towa was running, she was running fast. She kind of left her, and I was like, okay, she definitely knows she's not keeping up though, right? She's not behind you anymore. Turn around and go get her, but she did. But when Setsuna pushed her out the way and a tree fell, Towa did not hesitate to jump over that tree, and some kind of way, somehow, Setsuna was gone. How did you disappear? The tree fell, Towa jumped over the tree, Setsuna is long gone. I'm assuming somebody captured her, and that's why she doesn't have a memory anymore. But because I'm like, that's the only way that could be possible. Then she gets pulled in through the portal, where the sacred tree is, in current Tokyo, where she meets Soda, Kagome's younger brother, who's now older, and he ends up raising her. He has a child of his own, May. We don't know what happened to May's mother or anything like that. So she's raised by him, and she's a half demon, but Soda was a kind-hearted person, so he raised her as his own. You know, that she's always getting in trouble, she always getting in fights, and she whoops everybody that she fights because she's half demon, so it's not hard. And she also trained there, which is you know what I'm saying, this is smart. But we also have Beniyasha waiting on her bounty, because she's a bounty hunter. She's out here looking for a demon, and just so happened that it was the Centipede Demon. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I saw it, I was just like, oh yeah, this is how we start the story off right here. This is I think this is the best way. There are still questions left to be answered because we in the first Inuyasha we did the the Sacred Shikon Jewel. Now we have these 3. I'm assuming there's a part of me just assumed they had to get them from Kagome and Inuyasha like that, and the fact that Beniyasha uses a sword, which I can they all named their blades and their weapons. Don't know the names of them just yet. Okay, give me a minute. It's early. I should have wrote it down, but I actually did. It's actually in my other phone. But I like that. I like that all of their weapons are unique. Beniyasha has the sword and the arrows, which you know what I'm saying, from sword, Inuyasha, arrows from Kagome. Setsuna has this. I guess it's not a scythe. I don't know exactly what you call them. The other person I really know who just used them is Whitebeard or something like that. So I forgot the name of it. And Towa uses a sword. But we see none of these weapons actually worked on the Centipede Demon, but the Sacred Arrows, because they always work. But it actually wasn't Sacred Arrows, it was sealing arrows, okay? But still, the fact that Beniyasha is able to use both of them, I just think that's awesome. And I like all personality is definitely different. Setsuna, she's a demon hunter with Kohaku and Hisui. That's her. No, they're not related at all. But it has to be explained in some regard, like what happened to Inuyasha and Kagome. Because Kohaku knew Inuyasha and Kagome, he knew Sesshomaru and all of them. So there had to be a moment where he met them as children and knew, like, hey, these are your parents. And where was Sesshomaru's and his human wife, where were they at when they was born, when we see them even in the beginning, like what happened to them? There's like some events we still have to uncover. And there's a part of me feel like we might even get that in the first season. I hope we do, because it's like a big question to be had. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what happened to them. But right now I'm just kind of like, they don't know they're related. They have no idea, because like Benioff was like, oh, you also have demon. Oh, and you pretty skilled too. But the fact that like Kohaku raised Setsuna, Soda raised Towa, who raised Beniyashu. I think that's one thing we still got to see. Loved the episode, absolutely loved it. And like I love the stuff with Towa, like not really fitting in and like sticking up. Like she like the way she dresses, like, because like this world, like females are supposed to be so feminine, like, and not masculine. And males are supposed to be masculine. Like she doesn't like that. She doesn't like how the whole stigma of our thing is supposed to be. Like she kind of want to go her own right. I enjoy that. You know, that's why the character's different. They were gonna actually. I don't think she's the one. Well, I don't even know. I think they're getting there. They're definitely getting there. I think the Jewel is back next week. But I think they're also going to be like, hey, this must mean something. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they're going to have a conversation with Kohaku or Soda. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, because I don't know when the last time Inuyasha actually, I mean, not Inuyasha, Kagome's actually been back to Tokyo, like present Tokyo. So it's a lot of questions still to be answered. And I was not expecting all of them to be transported back to current times. I thought they was all going to be transferred to, like, you know, the feudal era. But at the same time, I do think they're going to end up back there, because that's where, like, everybody is. Also, it affected Beniyasha and Setsuna differently. They were, like, weak when they came through. So I'm wondering what that's about. I wonder if, like, Towa just is okay with it because, like, she's been here longer. So a lot of things a lot of questions, you know what I'm saying, that need answering. But, like, I'm definitely loving what this show's doing so far. You guys let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the vid. Hope you guys staying safe out there, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.